it's our job. It's our job as white liberals, I believe, to develop the skills we need so we can be present with our own imperfection, our own ancestors' imperfection, all that complexity, and so that we can be present with conservatives. And so that we can be present with people who, in particular, with the people who, if we were able to speak to them with calmness, with compassion, acknowledging their humanity, they might actually be able to listen. They might actually, for example, I spoke to an appliance guy who is a Trump supporter. I wrote about this in Substack. And when he was a Trump supporter, and as we were talking, and I was talking about at the time what was happening in Minneapolis. First of all, he didn't know what was happening in Minneapolis with ICE at the time. But when I started talking about it and, sharing that there are pictures of ICE agents going through the streets with guns out, and that, the children who had been killed and families that had been stopped. And he was like, well, that's not right. Like, that was his immediate reaction. There was no convincing needed. We were just operating from different bits of information. Now, there were other things we disagreed on, but we had a real conversation. And my hope is, that it might have made him ask some questions that he hadn't asked before. And I think that being able to stay in relation is a really important part of what our society needs right now. And I think it's our job, all of our jobs, not just people who are going to be DEI specialists, but all of us, because all of us have these relationships.